Okay, hello and welcome to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program, the Target Individual Experience. I'm gonna make this video quick and short. Just want to show you guys how they're actively on Facebook trying to everything I post is either they try to mark it as being spam or goes against the community guidelines or what have you, which again is all a bunch of BS. Okay, as you see here, I posted a link to a free PDF document by an African Egyptian historian who lived in the 3rd century. His name was Manetho. All right, and again, because Facebook is trying to actively, or I should say, white supremacists and white supremacy, particularly the white supremacists working at Facebook, trying to actively censor and suppress information. Oh, it is raining out here. I gotta get across the street so I can pull up. All right, I gotta run across the street here at the bus stop. Okay, so as I was saying, so as you can see, let me move this. It says your comment goes against our community standards on spam. Now again, this is not spam. Okay, everybody know what spam is, and this is not spam. All right, this is a historical book. This is a history book, all right, of the history of Egypt, particularly during the Ptolemaic dynasty or rule. And because again, they're trying to suppress the truth about African history. So that's all that it is. Okay, I also want to show you guys another thing here. Let me do this. Where is this? Okay, let me do something here. I'm trying to find. Okay, let me all right. Okay, so what you guys is going to see here is a message after I posted a video. Anyway, what you guys are going to see here is a message from Facebook saying that my account has been locked. We saw unusual activity on your account. This may mean that someone has used your account without your knowledge. Now they are constantly hacking into my social media pages, particularly Facebook, like I said, and posting stuff that I didn't, it's not coming from me, but it's whoever hacking into my account. Okay, and they posted this video of a picture which I never even saw. This is from like 2015, so it'll tell you how long that this is going on. Okay, of a guy having oral sex with a woman naked, and I don't post shit like that. All right, so again, but this happens as soon as I posted this video. Let me find it. I'm going to pause this video and then I'll come back. Alright, so the video I posted was this video by Dr. Ray Higgins called Understanding the Battle for the Mind. Okay, and then I posted this post, right? And it says, wicked people, yet our people continue to see them as the standard of morality. And this, I posted a few pages from the book called The Missionaries' God Against the Indians. And it talks about the Christian missionaries and how they went about converting native people, right? Particularly in the Caribbean and in Asia, particularly like where you have native people, right? And one of the stories in this book is how the Catholic Church created a Bible called the Canary Bible, and this was to try to convert the Canary Indians in South America, because they had spent a long time trying to convert them to Christianity, but the Canary Indians wasn't having it. Okay, so they literally created a Bible full of pictures that showed the Canary Indian crucifying Jesus Christ and saying that because they killed Jesus Christ, that they were going to be sent and burned in the pit of fire. And because that scared the Canary Indians, they converted to Christianity. So these are one of the things that they don't want to tell you about history. So when they say that the Bible is the true word of God, well then how can the Catholic Church then take the Bible, okay, create a new version of the Bible to try to convert other groups of people, right? So if it's the true word of God, then it should stand on its own, right? They shouldn't have to rewrite it, revise it, do all this stuff that they're doing, even today. Okay, so because of that, now, as soon as I posted these two posts, then I got that message saying that my account is locked. Okay, all right. So again, and I put a long password in. So this will tell you how they are actively, and this is because of the remote no monitoring. So they, it doesn't matter what password I put, they know it anyway because of the microchip. Right? And you hear the sirens now? Yeah, of course, because when I'm speaking the truth, you'll hear. Like I said, I always hit a nerve with them when it comes to speaking the truth. Oh, my bus is coming. My bus is here. I gotta cross the street. So yeah. I hope you guys can see. You hear the police vehicle. He's just driving across in the next block up. Alright. There was no need for him to turn on the sirens because it was his light to go. Okay. Alright, so anyway, so again, all these things that they're doing to me today, in terms of hacking into my social media account, because of the posts that I've made, all the stuff, by Pam again, using her to target me and trying to send me subliminal messages that every time I go over there, that she will target me and what have you and blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, and nothing has changed. I've been going over there for how many years now, and she's always targeting me. Okay, so what's the difference? If I go over there, if I come outside, they're still targeting me. If I stay in the house, they use my family to target me. My sister and her kids to target me, so it doesn't make a difference. So go right along. Okay, I go over there to see my kids. All right, and I'll continue to go over there to see my kids unless something happens that's prevent me from going over there to see my kids. Simple as that. All right. So anyway, then somebody liked one of my pictures, so I said, okay, let me go see. And this is a poster of a movie called American Skin. This was early on during the year when I watched this. It was probably like about maybe February or March, I think. Right? So I went to see, okay, who is this? Because again, this is an old post. All right. So, and I have if I go through my photos, I have hundreds of photos. So this person went through all my photos just to find this one so they can like it. And this movie is about a black man who his son was killed during a traffic stop by a white police officer. All right, and then he broke into a police department and basically had them on hostage, and in the end he was unarmed walking out and they shot him in the head. They assassinated him. Okay, so again, this is how they like to send you subliminal message about assassinating me, and I talked about this, right? They tell me, oh, not to come inside, or not to go over there, not to go see my kids, or what have you. I did assassinate me. So this is one of the ways and they'll do it, because again, this is a very old post, and trust me, I have other posts that coming from this individual, because this individual is not on my friends list. All right, this individual is not on my friends list. So and whether he's a friend of a friend, that's one of my Facebook friends, to go through tons of Facebook photos and posts and to choose this one, particularly today, what was happening to me today. right? And this happened after Pam was targeting me. Then there were like some police sirens. Okay, and again, usually when there's police sirens, she comes back out into the living room after she's in her bedroom. She walk back out into the living room and stand up either in front of me, or in this case, she stand up in the foyer again, looking at the door, all this kind of shit that they normally do, right? Okay. So anyway, so then they're not done. So then I received a text from my nephew's daughter. Okay. Okay. Well, I don't want to show her number, her phone number, but anyway, she texts me asking me. She says, what is the password you put on the tablet that you gave me? Now, I didn't put a password on the tablet that I gave her. Okay, I gave her my son's old tablet, and I basically reset to the factory settings of the tablet, and then I gave it to her. And I told her, I said, here, I said, you put in the information, let your parents or somebody with their Amazon account put the information in there. So she did it. You know, she did it herself, and I watched her do it. And she's been using the tablet all week now. All week, not a problem. But today now, all of a sudden, she's texting me saying about the passwords. I said, I didn't put a password on it, you did. And she goes, oh. And then she goes, never mind, I remember. Okay, now she's been using the tablet all week. So why is she texting me about, you know? But again, this is the shit that they love to do, and the game they love to play, in terms of using this technology to manipulate people to send me kind of messages or whatever, what have you. And I'm going to talk about this in a little bit. All right, so that's what I was saying. So yeah, so this is how they use these themes, right? So, you know what I'm saying? So it's, you guys know my living situation. I live with my sister, and you know, she's part of my target, and you know, she's Christian and heavily, she's a Christian fanatic, I would say. And you know, the way how she is with young teenagers and young children, and how she allows them to disrespect me, and whenever I confront them on being disrespectful, they'll run to her, and she come and try to confront me. You know, and this is the problem. This is why you see a lot of young children today, not even just young children, but even people in my age, okay, being raised by single mothers. Okay, the vast majority, okay? The vast majority, they're disrespectful as shit, right? They have no courtesy. They show lack of common sense. Okay, a lack of common sense. Very disrespectful. Have no respect for adults. And because she talks to them as if they and her is on the same age. She's trying so much to be their friend, instead of trying to be an adult and a parent to teach them, you know, valuable lessons. Okay? And so when you see single black women raising these young boys and young girls, and they're very disrespectful, that's the reason why. Okay? Because they don't know how to discipline children. Because they're all trying to be their friend, trying to be liked. Okay? Because listen, my kids, they know how to speak to adults. They're very respectful. Okay? Then that's because I try to instill certain things within them of respecting your elders. So, you know, and this is a big problem. But anyway, I don't want to stay long on that rant. So, like I said, having my nephew's daughter text me again is the pedophilia theme they're trying to run. Okay, because the one, if they can't, if they can't assassinate me with a bullet, they'll try to assassinate my character and my name by having family members and their children, or young women in general, to try to accuse me of some sort of sexual assault. Okay? This is what they do, and this is the game that they play. And this is why, like I said, I'm gonna expose. I understand what it is that they're doing, so I expose it because I'm not gonna let them get away with it. Well, definitely not. I am my sister's daughter. Okay, my niece walks around the house in bra and panties on, panties all stuck up all in her ass, walking back and forth, sitting on the toilet, using the toilet, the door wide open. I'm walking by, I'm like, hey, I have to close the door. I'm like, close the door. My nephew's daughter, okay, who herself was a victim of a sexual assault, walking around the house with her bra. She's 15 years old. And neither my sister, my niece, who's in her late 20s, nor her father says, hey, go put on a shirt. Okay? So, yeah, the sirens now. See again? Yeah, I know. Exposing y'all. They don't like it. They don't like it when they get exposed. Okay? So, yeah. So this is what is happening. And it's not just within my family. Okay? It's within a lot of families. The vast majority of families in America, particularly black families, which again, like I said, we have a single parents household where the mother is the head of the household, raising boys and girls. My nephew, who is, he's 19 years, 19 now, 20? 19, I think 19, turning 20 this year. Walks around the house with his underwear on, just his underwear, up and down. I'm like, dude, you're a damn old ass teenager, you're almost a man. Okay, put on some damn pants and put on a shirt. Like seriously, like, no respect, nothing. It's like their minds is totally regressing. And it's because of the technology and because of the conditioning that's being done. But many people don't want to believe that. They don't want to believe that. Okay. So she just walked by, talk about your entire life and do the palm fixation drill behind her back. What? They're gonna stop me from getting pussy? Huh? Is that what it is? They're gonna stop me from getting pussy? Wow. Anyway, these people are just ridiculous. So here you have these two persons. Let me turn the camera around so you guys can see. Okay, yeah. Let me turn the camera around so you guys can see. Alright? Of what it is that they love to do. Alright? Look at them, look at them, look at them, look at them. They see me walking now, they come walking over here. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he showed me his phone, look. Show me a video. Like, put their hands together like a V. They ain't victorious, they losers. They losers, they trying to be slick. They're trying to be slick. They're trying to make the hand look like a V, like they win. Victory. They didn't win. They lost. They lose. They lost. Yeah. That's what I do to them. They put their two up together like they're victory, like a V. Hey, fuck out of here. Right, see, again. So you see, this is so why did my nephew's daughter text me, right? Because again, making false accusations, lies. And this is what they do. Right? How they use their family member to try to lie on me and shit like that. And she's not the first one. They've used these little teenagers before. They used these little teenagers before. Okay, so they ain't nothing new. Right? My sister lets my nieces, their daughters come here, right? Being very disrespectful. Right? Because then that's what they do. If they can't assassinate you with a gun, right? Because they try to destroy my mind, in which they didn't. Thank goodness for the ancestors who lives within me. So now they're going to try to assassinate my name and character, but again, by using the type of pedophilia theme. But this is a repeated thing with them. Okay? Because I have never in my life, never and ever will not They can try, they can attempt, they can try to manipulate me. Never happen. Never will. Okay? Yeah, get in the fucking house, yeah. After this shit don't work, get the fuck out of here. Call them out on all this shit. Right? But anyway, that's to tell you these things. And he walked with the 5 on his shirt. Look, the 5 in his shirt. See why his head turned to the side? Look. Get the 5. 5 what? You got 5 witnesses? Get the fuck out of here. And he grabbing onto his ears. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, you'll have to play that number game shit. If you got 5 witnesses, you know where I live. Come knock on my door. Dumbasses. I know the psychological game that they play. Okay, but what they're not telling these perps is that they're the one that manipulate. They've been manipulative from the start. From the very beginning. Okay, before you even realize that you're a TID, you've been manipulated. You've been selected. Talked about this already. Coercive Persuasion Program, and because they want to experiment on you using direct energy weapons and microwave and radio wave for mind control and illegal microchipping for the purpose of remote neural monitoring, is the reason why they're carrying on this operation. So like I said, T.I., stop worrying about stop asking yourself why, because you'll never know in terms of what you supposedly did, because you didn't do anything. This is all on them. This is their manipulation. This is how they work. Okay? You got to eat. Oh, and the funny thing too is because I mentioned during the week, I mentioned a previous video early on during the week about how I remember going out to eat and being drugged. Right? And so it was a Friday when I went, I picked up Ethan from school, and Friday was Alyssa's birthday. Okay, and Pam was like, because I spoke to her the night before, she's like, oh, I want to take the kids out to get something to eat. And I said, okay, that's good. I said, I'll pick up Ethan and I'll drop him off, So on Friday, I went to pick up Ethan, and of course, I was waiting until like, he's supposed to be picked up at 1:30. He said he went to use the bathroom. And when I got there, they told us that the parents, the security guards told the parents that the kids will be being let out on the other side, right? This is what they told the parents now. So my son now, because all the other teachers brought their kids there to the side. So my son went to use the bathroom. He's standing in the front where I picked him up the day before, 2 days before. And I'm waiting, and I'm like asking this lady, I say, hey, where's my son? This man asked, he's like, where's our kids? And he was like, well, I don't know. I was like, how you don't know? It is well, what time was it was I was looking for 12:30. So yeah, it was like minutes to 1, like 12:45 or something like that. So then I had her radio call, and all this time they had me waiting. Of course they were targeting me. It's all part of their plan. The faculty members at Mega Everett's preparatory school. Okay. And then they had some guy in some army fatigue, walking back and forth and shit. Like as soon as I showed up or what have you, I'm like, whatever, man. So I was a little upset. I was like, come on, you got us here waiting, So then my son comes out now after they call for him. My son comes out and he's like, oh, I went to the bathroom, what have you. I said that's fine, but you were waiting, right? He's like, yeah. I said, well, he's like, I was waiting in the front. I said, well, didn't the security guard tell you that you're supposed to be going to the other exit? And he's like, no. I said, really? So I know that that was part of their plan. Okay? To try to keep me there waiting while they target me, just to see if I would get agitated. Right? So then I called Pam and she was like, oh, hurry and get here because I'm going to take you guys out. I'm like, oh, you going to take who out? I'm going to take you guys out. I was like, really? You wasn't saying that when I spoke to you earlier. You wasn't saying that when I spoke to you the day before. Right? So like I said, they're always scheming. They're always try to manipulate her, manipulate me, manipulate other people. They are always scheming. Why? Because they're trying to get away with their whatever it is that they've done to you as a TI, including what they've done to me. They're always trying to get away with it, okay? And trying to and the people who they got involved in targeting us, once we identify them and expose them, to try to get them off the hook. Okay? This is what they continue to do. Right? So they're not getting away with shit. Like I said, that's why I'm going to expose them in every single way that they do. You know, and the car just drove by here, and the person in the car looked over at me and started yawning. And I was like, okay, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, this is what they continue to do. Because, again, they will always try to use these themes, right? Either try to, with the homeless theme, the pedophilia theme, the sexual assault theme, you know what I'm saying? The bad parent theme, if you got children. It is always to keep you in a negative space. I try to give you a negative image. And so you got to understand this. So the reason why you see this up here, because I want people, particularly black people, to understand how the stock market was developed. Okay? I just want you to understand that. So particularly if you're a black person, no TIs, these white TIs, they get offended. But, you know, I don't give a damn if you get offended or not. This is my truth. Okay? And if you feel in some way guilty, then yeah, you should feel guilty. Right? You should, because it's not as if you're actively, yes, you're targeted, so I know it's kind of hard, but even when you wasn't targeted, it wasn't like you were actively trying to end racism and end discrimination, right? And tear down the walls of white supremacy and systemic racism. So if you wasn't involved in it, then, and you want to get upset, I don't give a shit. Okay? And it's not to offend anybody. I'm just saying that if you cannot understand the history of black people in this country, okay, but you want people to understand that you're a TI and how you're being targeted, but you don't want to understand the history of black people. When I talk about our history of black people in this country, black people history, and you want to get upset, then that's on you. I don't give a shit. I care about what you're going through as a TI, okay? Because again, we're all affected by this TI program, right? But when I talk about history and I talk about black people history in this country, don't come at me being upset or whatever. That's your damn business. That's an issue you deal with, okay? So I pose this again because, again, you know, they're talking about Jesus Christ was a TI, whatever. Fuck Jesus Christ. Okay? Black people were TIs from before you was a TI. Okay? So, come on. Alright? So when I post this stuff, if you don't like it, don't watch it. You get offended, too bad. Deal with this shit. Look within yourself and ask, why are you getting upset about it? Right? Because when you tell other people you're a TI, this happening to you, do they turn around and tell you they don't give a shit? Or do they get offended? And if they get offended and you know they get offended, how would you feel? How do you feel? So come on. So yeah, here the sirens keep going. They keep going on because they know I exposed their bullshit. And I expose exactly what it is that they're going to do. And if they're going to keep doing it, I'm going to keep exposing it. Simple as that. Simple as that. Alright? So, that's all I got to say. I'll see you guys in the next video. Those who support, I appreciate it. Those who understand, I appreciate it. Okay? Not only am I a TI, but I'm a black man living in America and I deal with racism every day. That's something that if you're a TI, you're white, you don't have to deal with. Okay? So understand that. I'm not against you if you're white, but I am against you if you're white and you're trying to subjugate, oppress, discriminate against myself as a black person and other black people. So I always want to make that clear. Okay, I'm not anti anybody, but I am anti anybody who's anti me and my people. Okay, that's all.